Here we are. We're on my phone. The terrible Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 9090 wrong shape, bro. Okay. Just have one move to make, and I wanted to record it because I thought this was an interesting breakdown. So you can see that I'm killing it, and yeah, I think this guy and I started. Maybe he lost a game while we played, and I won a game, so it's a lot further than it should have been. You can see that kind of all my pieces are lined up. You know, there's even kind of a forking potential, triple fork in that general direction. Oh, let's go to the analyze. You know, but there doesn't really seem to be any real sacrifice that I can kill it with over there. But, you know, you see that when black goes to the E file, E column, yeah, it's a little bit, you know, I think it's a he. He has this picture of an old man, but could be a she. They, the always safe personal pronoun that I prefer. Okay, so he is suggesting that, or sorry, they. Okay, try and keep up here, MXMLLN. They think that they can take that file. Well, actually, couldn't I just go here? And then, you know, that file is very, very powerful. The issue is, you know, after this exchange, which is quite dangerous for black considering, oh yeah, it's a lot more dangerous than I thought. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't really see that because I didn't want to lose that pawn because, you know, technically, you know, I'm just going to play some random moves just so we're moving forward. So basically, you know, white now has 3 pawns over here, and then, you know, none of them are technically passed, but that's a pretty dangerous situation. There's no imminent mate. White technically does have 1 passed pawn. This is just nonsense. I'm just throwing things. I don't know why. Well, I'm just trying to show white's passed pawn, but I just have so many good moves. It's like ridiculous. Oh yeah, he can't. I mean, you know, these are just nonsense. Obviously, black can't go there because then, you know, that's not very useful. So, but the point is really that, yeah, I just wanted to kind of get these out of the way so that I can show white has 1 pass pawn. But technically, it's a lot slower than the other ones because this one is already on the 5th rank or whatever it's called. I'm not sure if you invert the ranking. I'll have to watch some chess tutorials. We've never actually really watched chess tutorials in my life. Just kind of usually sometimes look up. Nope, never used them. But you know, I've been mostly playing Go, so I'm kind of returning to chess to get a proper rank, just to. Well, I always wanted to do a tournament, and yeah, basically what happened is there was a tournament, I kind of joined the Stockholm chess club online, or on chess.com. I didn't realize actually that meant that they were expecting me to kind of play in online tournaments, and I've never really done. Are it's the like team matches or something? It's some big network. I don't know. I've never really played online tournaments, and you know, I'm trying. I've got my online store, Chess Go Between, at chessgobeat.gq, which is going live on December 12th. So I certainly didn't want to, you know, add stuff to my palette. Well, I know actually that was about a week ago. That was before the idea came to me and I started killing it. So, but yeah, I was like, all right, well, I'll just go once, and then, you know, I'll be in touch with the Stockholm Chess Club, and because I am a member of the Stockholm Go Club, which is yeah, and I have a friend that comes over every Sunday and plays Go. But what happened is, what was I saying? Stay focused, Maximilian. Well, I call myself Monty. You call me Maximilian. That's how it goes, bro. Or yeah. Okay. So, what were we saying? Yeah, but then what happened is, I showed up well early. I was an hour early because I wanted to, just get back up to speed, look at my notes on openings I had taken. I just started listing them out just because, I don't know, I haven't really been, I don't really study. I just play, when I meet people that play chess, I'll just challenge them to a best of 3 just for fun and win every time, but not literally, but yeah, top 1%. So yeah. Anyway, so what happened is, this is so cool. On this video, the sound is probably 1,000 times better than what I was doing on the computer for some reason. I gotta sort out that mic. Anyway, so what I was doing was, this is just so distracting. So what I was doing, if you haven't seen this video, let's just, we could just start slowly playing the moves so that you can kind of get back up to speed with my play style. But don't use my play style against me. Bishop's opening. Berlin defense. Bishop's opening, Berlin defense. There's also a regular Berlin defense, quite complicated from an SEO perspective. This is my opening. I think that's a blunder that black didn't play c5, whatever. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, right. So I showed up early, and eventually I think what was a weaker player shows up on my team, and there's a really strong player on the other team in the 2000s, and yeah. So eventually, the hour passes, and then there's no 5th person, and then they just say you don't have a match. So I didn't really even know what to do because I hadn't played there before, and for some reason I didn't think to go to the help section. So what happened was, yeah, I just stuck around and watched the games because I didn't want to cause any damage. And then yeah, the team ended up losing 3-5, and then I left after that. But I was surprised. Yeah, and then we got an email the next day saying the results, and it said, "Thank you very much, Maximilian, because you showed up and the opponent didn't. We got 2 extra points, and even though we lost our games 3-5, we tied 5-5, which is kind of a vacuous win, and I would have preferred just to play even if I lost. So never doing that again. Well, I am doing it once again, yeah, because now I have, an alternative motive where I'm promoting my website because I'm a terrible person. Hopefully people like the my unique perspective on e-commerce. I really like how this game turned out for me. But I'm just playing the best I've ever played, that's all. And that brings us up to where we start. Okay. Yeah, it's a good idea to tell these stories and slowly play the moves so these people get indoctrinated with my deep ASMR compatible voice. All right, so is there another line that can happen? They obviously, yeah, so we said that the rook takes. The rook doesn't have to take, right? Yeah, it's a great move for black over here. Very strong move. So yeah, already we do not want to make that move. And we need to worry about that pin. There is an interesting move where you fork right here, sacrifice. So you've given them 2 pawns. But actually, it's pretty difficult, I think, for black to get out of that. Or not. Okay, live and learn. Yeah, I don't really use the analyze tool because I think you need to practice with your reading skills without it, but it is quite cool. I mean, chess.com just has the most amazing features. It's really something else. Oh, interesting note. You might not know this. Is that what's it called? Right. So I had once seeing chess.com's brilliant learning ecosystem, I was thinking of doing the same thing for Go. So I was looking for opportunities for that. Well, everyone has the same ideas, and chess.com is not a hidden thing. It's the most famous and best resource in the world for training and leveling up, even from a free perspective. And please note that I don't pay for it, and I haven't been sponsored just yet. I'm always trying to partner up with these different people that I'm passionate about. And okay, that's kind of a stupid move, unless, yeah, just stupid. Yeah. So, but then, yeah, thousands of other people had other ideas. And so there's now, I think it's just an app, which anything that's just an app and not a website, I won't generally use. But the idea I had was, and not just the idea I had for having a chess.com type education and training system, but other clever things has been made now for Go, Baduk, Wei Qi, Wei Shi, or however, I don't know Chinese. So, yeah, to have a look out for that. Oh, actually, what if? I mean, that's the thing about having these things, it's quite, that's why you look at every move. There's so many possibilities. I mean, I guess we don't really want our pawns doubled, especially when it opens a file onto the king. But they are, I don't know much about pawn structure formally. I had a pawn structure book as a child, and I never got around to reading it. But presumably, there's two black bishops, and then these are both white pawns. But yeah, I think a doubled up pawn is only worth half a point. So, and then there's this move which has the opposite effect, taking out the black bishop, which is the one that's threatening. But yeah, no, that's just nonsense. All right, read before you train people. But we're kind of just going through this together as an adventure. So when we exchange, wait, what's happening? So the other option is, yeah, all right. Are we thinking? Yeah, please. Okay, so we've shown some options. Please in the comments. No. Yeah, if this was a live video, then you could comment. But it's not a live video. How about that as a solution? Protects this pawn that we're worried about. Oh, right. Yeah, that's stupid. All right, so what's the problem? This, that. It's not too bad, but it's pretty ugly. No, that's not possible. It's interesting how these pieces relate together. But it's just a really ugly situation because the king kind of wants to go and back this situation up at d2, but then that just reinforces the pin. The the good thing about it though is that what's happening? Is this a bug? Come on, guys. The good thing about it is, once they move, we have this, and that's pretty beautiful because, it's very difficult. This is probably the best position for the black bishop, but I think it's very difficult for the black bishop to go there. And then if it doesn't go there, protecting the king is good, but then it's really out of play kind of there on the side, though it does hold the pin. But, that pin can be evaporated or whatever it's called. I'm being a little bit tired, thank God. 9:30. Oh, we've got a Discord message. Discord, everybody. If you're not on there, then you don't exist. Can we say that? I don't know. Set to take over Facebook in 6 to 12 months. Why did you send me that link? All right, let me respond to my boss after this video. Yeah, maybe this situation is okay. This is quite elegant. But is black going to play this line? We go there. Yeah, we said... Yeah, see, this is more like the line. But this might... Oh, yeah, so the knight can't take. Very strange situation. So what, I'm down a pawn? Wait a sec. Yeah, now that's pinned, actually, right? Or maybe we should pin it the other way. Yeah, that's not really... Well... Yeah, they're still up 2, actually. So, right, so it's kind of a dangerous situation for black, but not that dangerous. If I played it right. All right, let's see what happens when we take here. I'm just getting better and better at this game. But, this is me without even really thinking it through, just throwing things in the board. So, but also it's the analysis tool, right? It's if you use the analysis tool, it's going to inflate your rating. But it does help you recognize new patterns that you might not have seen before. It's a touch and go. Oh, and yeah, we don't even have to follow that line, do we? And then, black can't really go there. But, black can go here, for example. And then actually it's quite difficult for us to protect this rook down here. Interesting situation, though. I'm not too sure which direction black's going to play here, but it seems pretty legit. So now I'm ahead one in this position. And if black goes there, yeah, this is super dangerous because of, I don't know if I played it through, but yeah, you can see kind of that it's not so simple for, and maybe this is even the move right here, because it's going to be very difficult for black to stop this bishop from filing down there. Oh, there is a drawing tool. I was just thinking. But I don't want blue on my thing. You out of your mind? How do we get rid of that thing? Oh, there we go. Hell yeah. This is fantastic. Where have you been all my life? YouTube, streaming, something, Twitch, whatever. Okay, so yeah, but the idea is here, this, that check is brutal, and it's not clear how, oh, I guess, yeah, maybe the king can start running around. That's a fork. Yeah, this is a really good line if it's going to play out like this. But I don't see any other way for it to play. I mean, no, I didn't really look very hard, but. And, you know, at this level, I think both players are actually really prone to making mistakes, and not like conceptual mistakes, like literally accidentally not even reading one move ahead. Because what happens is, you know, sometimes you're reading a line and you say, oh, yeah, I'm going this way. And then you're like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm just going to go back to, well, the first line I looked at. Well, actually, that first line, you didn't really remember something correctly, and you play it and then you press confirm, which you should never do before kind of putting there and rereading, because you're able to visualize it a lot better, especially if you're not using the analyze mode. It's like a free acceptable use of the analyze mode is confirm after every move. So all beginners should be using that. That's a little free tip from MXMLLN, the megalomaniacal polypolar IVF prodigy. Oh boy, this guy is off his rock. Okay, where else could, oh yeah, I mean, like, there's different directions that I can go here, I guess. That's quite interesting. That is very interesting. So yeah, then we'll definitely have to give up that pawn. So we figure out which pawn do we want? Do we want the doubled up pawn going this way, or the doubled up pawn kind of going up? Knight's jump. So hopefully you can read that. So basically, after black attacks with kind of pinning, you know, this knight to this pawn, which is not the end of the world. It's one pawn, and we have a much more superior position. But I think there's, my endgame isn't that strong, but I think there's a lot of potential for, I think like a really strong player could probably just draw this game, and I think there is some type of parity. I think it's called. Let's look up this word on the internet. Parity. I was learning. I had the one of the persons on the national reversi or Othello team of Sweden was introducing me to the game, and there's a lot of weird words in this reversi Othello thing, like parity, and they use shape a lot as well to talk about how the opening squares are. Like, this would be the shape for that because that's there, and then this might be the shape over here, and you're just like, so it's kind of more the number of odd and even squares. If that game is off the wall, and it was a bit too high level, a bit too complicated for me to understand at that time. But yeah, I'm going to be selling those things on my site. Absolutely. I mean, the decision, yeah, I was like, let's check out the game, see if it's one of these kind of like classic abstract strategy games. It just has to be sold on my chess go-between. I am the chess go-between. chessgobeat.gq. And yeah, I think it is. So crazy. Okay. So yeah. And then also, yeah, I guess there is an issue here because once that's taken, that pawn is still dead either way. So doubling up pawns is not really getting us anything over here. Oh yeah, so I guess that's what that does is it makes that move illegal. So that doesn't do anything. Well, actually, it does do a little something. But yeah, now we can kind of get to a much more relevant position, except for the pin. Yeah, that's a really dangerous place to put a rook. So what was the problem with this thing again? Oh, I should use this flip more often, see what the opponent's seeing. So it can be quite hard to visualize because I'm such an aggressive player. So yeah, just look at every single piece and think what's going to happen. I mean, any of these pawns can start flying. I mean, this bishop is really kind of in a nice position and will be even nicer once it attacks the knight. I feel like a football manager. Maybe I should have a chess manager app where I'm managing I'm like a Russian secret agent managing different chess people. Because I heard that they play kind of team chess or something. And that's what Queen's Gambit suggested anyway, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that show, but I'm going to write a better show once I hire my first intern, and yeah, you let me know which is better. Okay, just the pilot, just the TV pilot, and you see, because actually the first half of Queen's Gambit is really strong. It's just the second half, it's a little bit more problematic. And as if you look at over the history of television, yeah, it's in the top 5%, but that's I'm afraid not good enough for Monty. Maximilian Montgomery. All right, so what move were we afraid of again? This thing? Sorry, misclick from this poor phone. It's impossible to hold. Oh, and I did get a new case, and I thought the case might solve the problem, and it doesn't. So yeah, remind me to add, I need to build my own, manufacture my own Galaxy Z Fold 2 case and keyboard software for Android. Yeah, so the issue is, again, yeah, so we said we're going to push this pawn, right? The issue was this other line. Oh, there is something here, actually. Oh, no, never mind. I was just thinking and push, but obviously I don't want to exchange my rook for locking that bishop in. It's not locked in when it exchanges for a much more valuable piece, is it? And actually, what are we even doing? This isn't even protected, this thing. We have to go here first. So that's protected. Oh, here's something. It's quite interesting. Oh, that's quite an interesting position. All right, we found it, folks. No, never mind. And the issue is this pin really doesn't do anything unless he plays on a brown square, right? But that's quite unlikely. I think people have gotten a lot better. There's been some big ranking adjustment since the AIs came in and the game archives. So that was the blunder there. And we don't need to go there because we can go there. And now that's one, right? This is pinned. Because if this moves, wherever it might move, now we've got some serious play here. I mean, it's not even clear what's going on with these pieces. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, right. Black's got to move out of attack. Oh, yeah, that's really brutal. That would be a really elegant solution if I had thought of it myself instead of playing every single move. All right, let's just do that. There really aren't so many moves on the board for white, I think. And I really want that line, you know, white could push some of these pawns, whatever. All right. So that means we need to go back, go. So yeah, press it, wait. Now reconfirm, just play through these lines in your head now that you just saw, and then go into conditional moves and play them out so that you don't have to waste your time here. How long is this stupid video? Yeah, I just was supposed to spend a few minutes. Now it's 10 o'clock at night in Stockholm. It's been dark for 6.5 hours. So we've got this bishop coming here, right? And then we are going to move this knight here. This thing is going to come here. We are going to... It's already backed up, so I think we're going to move the king this way. And this bishop might take that pawn, which is poisoned by Snow White. And then this guy, these connected rooks are going to go here. and we are going to win the game. Beautiful. Oops. Go back. Yeah, we should probably take off that setting now that we're using conditional moves so much. And actually, we need to go to the browser, switch gears until chess.com gets this developed. This is a Deborah keyboard. This is why I bought this phone, to try and play the Deborah keyboard. But basically, all these buttons are quite far. And then this screen space up here is so far from anything. It's like impossible for me to use the phone. I can only use this area down here. Sorry. Back. This area. Right? Yeah, that feels good right there. Even actually this area is off limits. And it's uncomfortable. My fingers are falling asleep. Don't buy this phone. Chess, but you can see how fast typing with 2 fingers is. But the issue is not how fast it is. Swipe keyboard. Yeah, let's go back and swipe keyboards are really fast. Like you go, oops, you go. The issue is it's, probably only accurate 2/3 to 3/4 of the time, which is a lot of errors. What am I doing? We just played line of desert tea. Desert tea. Now we're looking for conditional moves. This is the hack I showed you in a previous video. So we're expecting black to go here. Black cannot take this pawn until the knight is pinned to the... Oh yeah, it's a better symbol for pinning is stop, right? Then that, now it's pinned. King unbreaks the pin. That's a U for unbreak. And then now this overly aggressive guy makes a blunder. And then we, whatever it's called, capitalize on that blunder and win the game like a boss. And then we're a lot close. 1600 is a lot closer to 1800 than when I started at like 1534 or something pathetic. I've just been in a slump. If you look at my career rating, yeah, it's been around 1800, and that was still fairly casual. Play with my dad. My dad just died shortly before Corona, or during Corona, but not because of it. So shout out to my father. Thomas Rado, R-A-D-O, supposedly one of the top 10 or 15 players in Canada when he was there, at possibly the age of 18 to 25. So between 1954 and about 1965, let's say, he was probably in Canada. I couldn't find the records online. So if a Canadian has access to those, that's what my father always told me. He said he was a level A rated player, but we're not genetically related because I am an IVF prodigy. So probably a UCLA, University of Southern California, University of California, Los Angeles medical student, was horny and went to the sperm clinic. And it's like that story, Buck from Canada, Starbuck. Great, very interesting movie. Okay. Where are we? Pin. Now we want to unpin. So this is the move I wasn't 100% sure on. But while we're in this frame of mind, we just want to play this so we don't have to waste another, have all these mode errors every time we want to go back into the game and make mistakes. This conditional moves is going to, that's why the ratings have improved so much. Maybe I don't suck at all. Everyone's using conditional moves but me. Except I think it's a fairly recent innovation by chess.com. I should get on their R&D team. Chess.com, reach out. let's discuss how we can get together and make some love. Okay, yeah, the screen capture works really well on this phone. There's a lot of great things about this phone. It's just impossible to hold, which means it's impossible to use, and I just wasted a bunch of money. So if you want to buy my used phone, oh, there's the time. Wow, 40 minutes talking to myself like a fucking lunatic. Absolutely incredible. Who wants to see some random ass game on the train back to 1800 and beyond? So yeah, if looking at this, you know my real rating, let me know. And if you want to sponsor me and send me free t-shirts and tattoos and sex toys, like, yeah, let's get together, make some love in like a business way. Okay, so, and this is, conditional moves, so we can just delete this line. We basically only played one move, so since we spent all this time, we definitely want to play at least two moves. Though, remember, it's a lot of permutations as you get to further moves, so, you want to kind of do what's most efficient. So we're going to play this line. We might play one other line if we can do it fast, but we don't, again, want to make blunders. So I think this is fine. It's not as secure to the king, but it really protects the E file, which is what we want in the end. And then we have kind of more of central based king, and maybe that might give us an advantage. The other option is to go here, and then actually we're a lot closer to, our target of getting 4 queens. Because this is a digital game. Also, I've never played any chess variants, though I'm going to sell every single one of them, the likes of which you've never seen before. And also I realized Bughouse is just 4-player shogi. So you should all wait till my site's available on December 12th and buy some shogi sets. If you haven't already, I don't know the game that well, but it is a lot more interesting than chess. And you've been playing chess your whole life. It's time to move on. Or experiment. Okay. Where are we going? Wait to rear. Oh yeah, basically when we move this, we've kind of confirmed it. So oh, actually when we go here, the poison pawn is gone, isn't it? Oh, no. Black's still gonna take. That's what we're doing. Black take. Take with we don't want another pin, right? If he goes here, then he goes here. And it'll be so interesting because he makes that move, conditional moves, capture him right away. And he's like, wow, fucking Maximilian. Inflated rating. Deflated rating, sorry. Okay, so that's as far as we're going to take that line. Add a new line down here. That one was a little bit simpler and easier to remember, I think. Just play some random stuff. I mean, basically, I think when he makes a move, I might get a notification. Yeah, we might have to work on... There's definitely a sound that chess.com played because it scared the crap out of me. All right, this video is almost 45 minutes. Let's just chill there. And hopefully this helped people around the 1200 to 1600 range. Or actually, if I'm ranked supposed to be 1800, hopefully this helped. Yeah. And what, yeah, I don't really know how the rankings work. Oh yeah, I need to talk to my bossy. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and let's just draw some pictures. Thanks for all the fish. Oh yeah, let's clear it. Have another one. Then we want a more outrageous color. Oh man, that is so boss. Follow me. Don't be shy.